this is Marla Smith with Horse Lover Magazine, and today our trainer Dave Evans is going to show us how he gets Sonny to stand still for mounting. Sonny's our off-the-track thoroughbred, and he likes to move around a little bit while we're trying to get on, and Dave's done a really good job getting him to stand still, and I know you'll enjoy this lesson. Dave, what's the first step in getting an off-the-track thoroughbred to stand still for mounting, or any horse for that matter?
Well, when we're talking about asking the horse to stand for mounting, we're really looking at two different activities. One, we're looking at the horse being conditioned to standing still, first of all, and then secondly, we're looking at the rider's technique, the actual steps to mounting properly and in such a way that it won't cause any discomfort for the horse or any more that is necessary. Teaching the horse to stand still translates back to the things that you were doing with the grooming. When you tie him up, brushing him, grooming him, taking your time doing that is going to give him an opportunity to become conditioned to standing still. Don't get in a hurry, let him stand there, and then even if you've tacked him up, let him stand still some. And you can also do the same thing after you've brought him out of the barn. Just take every opportunity you have to get him conditioned to that. And one thing that relates to that as well is that too often we get in a hurry doing these things. We want to get out and ride, and we don't think about what we're teaching the horse, because we're teaching the horse to be in a hurry sometimes when that's not what we want to do.
And gets them keyed up before we ever get on.
It gets them keyed up.
That's right.
Yeah, if you don't have time to do it right, you're better off just not doing it that day.
That's right.
Just start over. If you've got a horse that's giving you trouble as far as standing still for mounting, you need to think about why that's happening. Again, going back to the idea of the horse standing still, tying him up, letting him become accustomed to being still and being there for a period of time. You need to make sure that your tack's on properly, that is fitted to the horse. You also need to make sure your blankets are not wrinkled up, causing any pinching or anything like that. And another thing, you don't need to cinch him up as tight as you're going to ride initially. You probably want to cinch him fairly snug, walk him around a little bit, and then pull it up tight. When you get ready to mount, now always use the ground to your advantage. In other words, get on the high side to mount the horse. In Sonny's case, of course, being an off-track thoroughbred, there wasn't much attention given to his standing still. I'm sure the previous owners wanted to see if he had speed, and it wasn't necessary to have him for any of his groundwork, for that matter,
right,
to be a part of his training.
So he doesn't walk off out of meanness. It wasn't.
No, it's just well, and that's exactly right. And we need to keep that in mind with everything that we're looking at as it relates to a horse. They all have a history, and some of it's good, and some of it may not have been so good. But through interaction with other people, they've learned different behaviors. And so what we need to do is try to figure out what's going on and why it's going on, and in our efforts, we need to try to limit those wrong responses and make those that are desirable the easier option that the horse has. Step, grab, and pull, and then just up and over and down gently. Now, you can see he's doing a good job. He's standing still. I'm going to get back off just the same way I got on, doing basically the same thing. Now, if he had moved, if he had tried to step off, I would have just gone back to the ground. If he had gone out very far, I would have probably backed him up to the same spot and done exactly the same thing.
Thanks a lot, Dave. This was a good lesson.
Bye.